And the onus is on Belmonte now, who is bowling second, to keep up with Moor. How interesting is that?
Well, by comparison, I thought Moor's ball looked almost pedestrian to the sort of speed and rotation that Belmonte is throwing, but it's working for him perfectly well.
Oh yeah, you don't have to be that fast. Ooh, a full start from Belmonte. Now what went on there? His ball is down, he's gone back, he's going to regroup. He's just giving somebody quite a mean look somewhere down the lane there. Oops, yes, and it wasn't me.
Yeah, the man is very accurate with the ball. You don't want to be moving around and spoiling his concentration. Oh, he's locked and he's loaded. And Belmonte just cannot be knocked from this wonderful run of strikes. Go on then, Cass, what are we up to?
That's 14 in a row for Jason Belmonte.
Well, we've had a 13. We've had a run of 13 across 2 games from Oscar Palermo. That was good enough. Guy Kaminsky was the man that had to sit in the chair and watch that happen to him up on the show stage. But Belmonte has just bettered that. What an incredible performer he has been at this World Tenpin Masters tournament. And he's up against another man to which you could apply exactly the same phrase.
European #1 for 2 years. Twice in the final, now the third time. He's rings 3 strikes in a row.
Don't do this to us. Don't do this to us, guys. This is incredible. Well, I've just looked out of the commentary booth window and I can tell you all 3 cameramen that I can see were just smiling after that shot. That's another thing you don't see often.
What, smiling cameramen?
Oh, yes.
Dear.
They're loving this. They are really enjoying this game. Oh, cracking stuff. It's a turkey for Belmonte to match the turkey of Moor. And, well, that used to sound good in the old days, Cass, a turkey.
3 in a row.
Is that all?
Is that all? Belmonte 15 in a row. The scores are level in the second game. Belmonte holds that 21-pin lead from game #1. And it's pressure on both guys, really.
Right, let's collect ourselves here, Cass, if we can. What potentially can happen to Belmonte? What potentially can happen to Moor? Because Moor's already had to make a move.
Yeah, but only one. He's out on that left-hand side, all on his own. Fantastic conditions for these bowlers to play on. This bowling lane, 60-foot bowling lane, in perfect condition. Conditioned every time, every match. So there's no wear and tear. It's very clean. And these guys are just ripping it apart.
Moor working a turkey.
Come on, right.
No. Oh, well, it had to stop sometime. And for Moor, it stopped in the 4th frame. And the look on his face there, I think, said it all. He's thinking, oh no, is it going to happen again? 3rd time in a row in the final.
We've spoken about carry contests before, even off of pocket balls that look absolutely great, as that one did. He's left a 7-pin in the corner. He spared it with his Vegas chip spare ball, which leaves Jason Belmonte with a chance to strike again to extend his lead. Paul hasn't missed the pocket this game, this match. What can he do? Nothing. He's looking over at Mario Joseph, his lifelong buddy and coach. Belmo for one more.
One more it is. Yeah, Paul was just saying to Mario, I've moved one board. That was enough, and it's working perfectly well for him at the moment. And, well, when a player is on the crest of a wave, as Belmonte is at the moment, most sportsmen, most sports psychologists will tell you as well that there's a long, long way to fall, and it's very easy to drop out of the zone. And for Belmonte, that is a constant threat. He's got to try and keep himself there in that mindset, and he's got to keep doing what he's doing. For Paul Moor, he has to just keep asking the questions, keep the pressure on, and let Jason Belmonte know he is still here in this final. I think it's got to him a bit. I think that the last reaction when he got that last spare, Cass, was just too much for Moor. He considered it and he thought about it too much.
Well, it was so good and he didn't get the maximum result. This time he's slower on speed, high through the headpin, leaves himself the 6 and the 10 pin, which is a spare. Crikey, how bad is that?
Well, it's not the end of the game yet. And Moor with a tricky one. It makes it with ease.
Is it time for Paul to make another move with only 5 frames to go? He trails by 54 pins if Belmonte strikes.
Well, it's going to be the move that decides whether Moor is in contention towards the end of this match.
Well, is he thinking 3rd time unlucky again? 3-time loser at this tournament. Belmonte for another one.
But that, Cass, I'm afraid, is becoming the side issue in this match, because one burning issue is beginning to emerge. That's 5 in a row for Jason Belmonte, and we'll see what happens in the next frame. But we've got a few things to talk about after that. 612 revs, that's the highest that we've seen in this match so far from Belmonte. He's got to keep a lid on it. His strike rate has rocketed to 76%. That is tournament winning statistics. Great stuff. Well done, Paul Moor.
Absolutely, yeah. Keep him in the game. Back in the pocket, carries all 10. Just a slight adjustment inside there and gets right back in the pocket. Carries all 10.
Belmonte looking to turn a 5-bagger into a 6-bagger in this game, but he's looking for an 18-bagger in the match overall, because we don't have a nickname for that many strikes.
No.
Oh, just amazing. Well, Cass, we have had back-to-back maximums on television before. That's been done in the PBA, never been done in this tournament.
Absolutely. Jason Belmonte is setting himself up for the title of probably the best bowler in the world outside of the USA. And I'm not joking when I say that. He is just giving everybody in this arena a bowling lesson.
Well, it's always a slightly frivolous thing to say. There is one way to ensure you win a bowling match, and that's to just knock the pins over every time you visit the lane. Oh dear. And this crowd just don't know how to react at the moment. They're a little bit stunned about the fact that Paul Moor's just off the pace. The problem is he's not that far off the pace. He's still on for a maximum aggregate of 5-2-6. Now, if you can bowl 5-2-6 and you lose, your opponent's done something pretty special.
Well, he has actually. He's just bowled a 300 on television. He's perfect through 6. Spare for Paul Moor, Europeans #1. The ultra favourite. It's slowly slipping away, I'm afraid, from Paul Moor.
I can't sit still in my chair, I'm afraid, Cass. This is getting to me as well. Goodness knows what the crowd must feel like. So, if something happens to Jason Belmonte's line, if something happens to the condition out on the right-hand side of that lane, there's still a chance. Oh, my goodness! Well, he is really shocked by that one, and Belmonte has still got problems because Paul Moor has hung in there and has kept fighting, and all of a sudden his aggregate maximum plummets. I say plummets from 600 to 578. Moor with some sort of hope, and he doesn't make it. It's an open frame for Jason Belmonte. He's got to make a move next time out, and we are back into a game.
Yeah, the 4-9 split off of a very high, hard-hitting ball from Jason Belmonte. We've seen it before, and we've seen those